Yo, 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 what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Karma TV, coming back at you again with another NBA 2K23 My League video this time, alright? No Kuroko basket, I'm going in a different lane. Don't worry if you're here for my Kuroko stuff, it'll still be here. I'm just doing something a little bit different just to have fun. And in this video, we're going to take a page out of 6 Rings of Steel and King of the Fourth Quarter. Shout out to Kenny, shout out to 6 Rings of Steel. I've literally been watching 6 Sauce since like 2K15, 2K14 or something. I remember importing the draft class with like Jabari Parker, Andrew Wiggins, Joel Embiid, and doing My League rebuilds with that. So I'm going to be taking a page out of their playbook on this one a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. If you're not subscribed, I don't know why you'd be watching me but not subscribed to those guys, so check them out. I'm not trying to steal nothing, but with today's video, I'm going to be trying to draft an auto-generated rookie and take them from a 0, or not really a 0, but a number 1 overall pick, to potentially the greatest of all time, creating a legend, if you know what I'm saying. So without any further ado, let's get into the video, let's get into the settings, and let's get into the draft, man. Come on. Alright, I lied. I'm not going to go over the settings because that's a little bit boring. But, you know, we turned injuries off, we kept kind of draft class quality the same, and we tweaked with contracts a little bit just so people weren't bugging asking for too much money. Because, you know, man, that's really not fun. It's kind of annoying when some role players are like, I want 100 million. Boy. Alright, but anyways, man, we randomized the team and we got the Boston Celtics. Spoiler alert, I'm alright at GMing. We're going to win some championships, so the Celtics are going to be overpowered and therefore hated again. And I don't blame y'all, man. Celtics won too much back in the fucking Mesozoic era or whatever. Alright, but anyways, we're going to get into this fantasy draft, and basically I'm only going to choose one selection because I want that to be random, and I don't really want to get stuck with someone like Paul George, who's declining and is on a fat contract. I mean, shout out to Paul George, but we're going to take Darius Garland with this pick, and then sim out for the rest of the draft, see what we can get. Alright, so spoiler alert, we're going to go pretty fast this video. You know, we saw Darius Garland, we got Westbrook, Thompson, Harrison Barnes, Josh Hart, we got Jaren Jackson Jr. apparently, and Rudy Gobert, no! Hey man, so what we're going to do to set up for this first season, because it really doesn't matter, is we're going to just take all the players that are on 1-year contracts, we're going to expire up after this season, and just ship them off for draft capital, or players that are on for more than one season. You know, you see me snagging these first round picks, so they're definitely not the greatest trades in the world, but at the end of this first kind of doesn't really matter season, we go 43 and 39. You see Luka Doncic puts up a 40-point triple-double. I mean, that could be realistic, but I don't see that happening. The playoffs of this season don't really matter, but somehow we actually made it to the conference finals as the 7th seed, and shout out to the Mavericks for winning it from, I think they were down 3-0, but it's all good. This is where we really come into the video, and first season, I swear to God, man, I did not plan this, but we see Mark Samuels. He's not the first overall projected, but I see that overall, man, that's a B+, and he's 19? He could be something. Hey, pause on that one. But, you see, I don't got the scouting reports. They're not working for me for some reason, so I see that B+ at a first overall, and we're going to make a super trade for him. We're sending off Robert Williams, a bunch of first-round picks. You see me, I kind of want to keep this 21st overall pick just to see if we can get a rookie. And we get the first overall pick, man, so welcome to the Boston Celtics, Mark Samuels. We'll see if he can become something. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that B+ was not wrong. 85 as a rookie in an auto-generated class is very rare. And we also get this other guy. It doesn't matter, man. Mark Samuels, we'll see if he becomes our guy. You know, it doesn't really have to happen in the first season, but once I see a B+ and a 19-year-old, you know, he's got some time to grow. He can definitely go up from there. I'm going to trade Jaren Jackson Jr. because he's a center, and we really want him to win the Rookie of the Year, especially if he's going to make a case for the GOAT. You see, we also trade for Jared Vanderbilt right there. And simming out the first season, looks like we're not having too much luck, but we end up 42-40, so that's definitely solid. Our rookie, Mark Samuels, 21 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks. In his rookie year, dang, he's looking like a young David Robinson out there. And shout out to John Wall, one of my favorite players, winning 6th Man of the Year. We're looking at the All-NBA teams because I want to see if my man Mark Samuels made it. Looks like he did not, but Darius Garland puts up 30 points per game. See the full stats right here. A rookie kind of averaged 12 points. Darius Garland averaged 30, and Anthony Simons averaged 20. So we're going to sim this first year's playoffs, and the more playoff games we get, the better, because it's the best thing you can really do to develop these young rookies. And we get bounced out first round. So as I was saying that, not the best of luck, but it's all right. And the Dallas Mavericks come back from 3-0 right there. That's crazy. Anyways, onward to year 2, to bigger and better things. We're going to go ahead and select with our 19th overall pick, this dude, Dustin Russell. It's kind of whatever. He's going to be a rotational piece, but we can pick up a 78 overall guy as a pretty late first round pick. I think that's pretty solid. And boom, just like that, after his first season, man, Mark Samuels up to an 89. He's almost in the 90 overall club at 20 years old, which is pretty amazing right there. And here's the rotation for the second season. You see the guys we drafted. We got Cam Johnson, Jalen Smith at power forward positions. Basically, the idea is to get someone who will gobble up as many rebounds as possible. So we're going to sim on to the second season, go to the All-Star break, and boom, Mark Samuels makes his first All-Star team in his second year. Pretty solid. Boom. End of the second season, we go 46-36. Shout out to Luka Doncic winning MVP. Shout out to this dude for getting Rookie of the Year, but it's all good, man. We got our guy. I think. Let's hope, right? Let's see. Do we get any other? We don't get any other awards. Let's go on to the All-NBA teams. And we see both Darius Garland and Mark Samuels making it. Oh, Lord. He's up to a 92 overall. He put up 22 and 13.4. So he is really packing on those boards. Shout out to those 2 blocks as well. And 1.1 steals, I guess. Yeah, shout out to that. Sheesh. You see the full stats right here. Anthony Simons, I'm kind of looking at him like, I kind of want Mark Samuels to score a little bit more, so we might be moving on from him shortly. Again, same thing. I'm not really planning to win these playoffs, but the more games, the better, and we get bounced out first round. So maybe he's kind of a playoff choker. But it's all right. We're going to keep pursuing it. And shout out to the Timberwolves with Ja Morant winning it. All right, so onward to year 3. We're going to go ahead and use our 11th overall draft pick to pick up this power forward. I can't remember how we got the 11th pick. I'm sure we made some trade. Speaking of trades, we're going to ship off Anthony Simons over for Devin Vassell, a more defensive 3-and-D oriented guy, and here's our rotation for the third season. You see we're a little bit more solid this year. And speaking of solid, we go 48-34, the true kind of fringe playoff team record. Shout out Luka Doncic for getting MVP. He's going to block Mark Samuels for a little bit, but not for too long, man, because we make that first team. He's putting up 27.5, 17.1 rebounds, dang near 6 assists, 2.4 blocks. Come on, bro. This man is chilling. And he's not even highest overall on our team. Darius Garland, he's got to take a back seat, man, to put up 23 points, bro. We're going to sim these playoffs. We sweep the Brooklyn Nets. He ain't no playoff choker. Come on now. We're going up against the Cavs. We're up 3. But we lose to the eventual Eastern Conference champs. Following that playoff disappointment, we're going to look at the draft summary. We see this dude. We're not really biting. We got our guy, man. Mark Samuels. He's literally a 95 overall in this season. If he's not the GOAT, well, he's not the GOAT yet. Don't get me wrong. Anyways, end of this season, a slight improvement, 50 and 32. Luka Doncic, of course, MVP. All the other kind of award winners right here. And we make another first team. Solid. He actually kind of took a step back. But, you know, if you look at the efficiency, which I have yet to mention, he's up in that. He's not the most efficient guy, but he's made 3 All-Star teams, 2 first teams so far, a 3rd team in Rookie of the Year. So he's building his resume slowly but surely. He's still the leading scorer of this team. You see, I added some more veterans to take us just a little bit further in the playoffs, man, because we've been getting bounced out kind of early. We move on past the first round right there, just barely. We're going up against the number 1 seed, and boom, we get eliminated again. See what's popping with this, and out of nowhere, man, I promise you, I don't know what trade I made. I think I traded like Andrew Wiggins for something. We get literally the 1st and the 4th overall pick, and we draft these 2 guys, Jay Brown and Oscar Bowen, who are phenomenal players, and you'll see later on. We're going to sim out this season. Again, another slight improvement. We go 54 and 28, man. We're going up in this shit. Shout out to fucking Kennedy Chandler. He's honestly a stupid beast in these simulations. He pushes Mark Samuel all the way back to 3rd team, although he averages similar stats. You see his rebounding numbers? Dang, he's a young Andre Drummond. And again, even more efficient this season. That's what I like to see. Here's our guy from 2 years ago, Ian Green. I don't know how, he just kind of popped off. You see our rookie below Jeremy Sohan, Oscar Bowen. Okay, a solid 13-point season. Let's see his. Let's see if he got in on an all-rookie team, and he did. So that's good. Let's sim these playoffs. You see, we're 2nd seed, so we're not baby food anymore. We sweep on past the Cavs. We're going up against the Raptors. Boom, move past them in 6. Let's go. We're going up against the 5th seed. We can do it, but we're down. And we come back from 3-1. Lakers, Celtics, finals picture. Boom. Get him up out of here, bro. Mark Samuels, man. Fuck is you talking about? Look at him. Finals MVP, bro. Year 5, year 6 now. Let's go. And we see Jamie Cross here. We see See, this is what I'm talking about. These are what the draft classes normally look like. When there's not a solid, 1st overall pick, it's not even worth it. You see progressions here. Oscar Bowen goes up to 87. I'm sorry, I guess we didn't trade fucking Wiggins before, but you see we make some trades. Basically, I'm constantly trading for 1st round picks just to round out the rotation. See the rotation for this year. Jay Brown, he's becoming our 6th man of the year. And now that we've won 1 title, you see his resume right here. 4-time All-Star, 4-time NBA team, 1-time champ. That's what's up. And boom, we're going into this season strong as hell, boy. We win 60 games. That's a milestone right there. That's what I'm talking about. And boom, Mark Samuels wins his 1st MVP, putting up 26 points, 16 rebounds, and a number of assists. Literally Kennedy Chandler, bro. I don't know. And Oscar Bowen, 20 points, most improved player, man. We are a force to be reckoned with in the East. Number 1 seed, man. Going up against the Wizards. Get them up out of here. Going up against the Pacers. They're going, they're up against us, man, but it's all good. We got them. And we got the 7th seed in the conference finals. Boy, if we don't move past them, I swear to God. And we do. That's good. Celtics Spurs, another kind of classic finals. Boom, 4-1. Let's go. Mark Samuels, back-to-back champion. Back-to-back finals MVP. Alright, so while we look at year 7 rotations, I gotta be honest with y'all, man. My recording skills kind of suck, so I missed the simulation of the season, but we go 60 and 22, and I didn't get the award winners, so you're not gonna see that, but we didn't win MVP. You see the stats here, man. We got too many chefs in the kitchen is becoming the problem. You see even Oscar Bowen goes down from his 20-point season, And Mark Samuels is only averaging like 21 points, man, but we won 60 games, so I'm not truly complaining about that. You see, we sweep the first round, go past the Raptors in the second, and we're up against the Bulls. Boom, go past the Bulls. We're down 3-1 against the Pelicans, but it's no problem, man, when you got my man, Mark Samuels. Finals MVP, going into year 8. Let's see what's up with the rotation here. You see Jay Brown is up to 88. Ian Green up to 88 as well. Oscar Bowen up to a 93. So we have a crazy lineup. And we also traded Darius Garland for a point guard. Just because Darius Garland's contract was going up. But we see we go 66-16. With his low point total, 21.5, Mark Samuels still wins the MVP in his age 27 season. You see his stats there. Rookie of the year. I'm always checking out these rookies, but you know what kind of happens is they go undrafted, and they go in their G League, then they're like 25, and they're at 85 overall. It's kind of cheese. You see me making first team, obviously, since I got MVP. See the stats right here. Again, kind of the same problem. I'm noticing there's too many chefs in the kitchen, man. We need to kind of diversify our scoring. I forgot to record the playoffs, but I promise you, we won again. So that's 4 championships in a row. Obviously, Mark Samuels is going to be MVP. You see here, I make probably one of the first mistakes of this video. I see a #1 overall projected player. He's a point guard. You know, a point guard hasn't been the strongest ever since we traded Darius Garland. So I'm going for that first overall pick, man. And I'm thinking it's going to be a sure thing, bro. This man's projected #1. But, you know, what I failed to see is it's kind of a weak draft class. You see this man, Toby Robbins. He's got 15 badges too. I'm like, there's no way he could be trash. And he's a 79. You see, the problem is with my team, man, we got Mark Samuels up to a 99. We got Oscar Bowen up to a 95. We got 90 overall players barely starting. And you see his overall stats, 2-time MVP, 4-time champ. So all these rookies have big shoes to fill, man. They got to come into this stacked ass rotation, and like I said, we're going to trade Oscar Bowen. It's sad to see him go. He could be the GOAT, but we're going to get Jason Tatum because it's kind of fun, and we need some more veteran leadership if we're going to continue our playoff run. And let's sim out this season, and we go 60-22 again. But it's what's up. We get a 60-win season and another MVP for Mark Samuels, putting up 25 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists. I'm looking at this rookie. I'm like, damn, okay. And he's the 7th pick. Look, you see what I'm saying? First year, he's up to a 90 overall. He was drafted a couple years ago, man. And not to mention, by the way, we got Mark Samuels on Defensive Player of the Year. And this random dude we traded, he becomes most improved. So you see what I'm saying about our rotation. It's something serious. Oscar Bowen also makes All-NBA first team, so he's coming for his revenge. And we're the first seed with 60 wins, going up against the Bucks. Get them up out of here. Against the Nets, bro, they don't stand no chance. Get them up out of here. Sweep the Bulls. Up against the Trailblazers, they're all right. They push us to 6 games, but we get that out of here. And again, we're constantly looking at the draft classes. We see this center. You know, I get this crazy idea. I actually traded for the center. I cut that out, but he's a Euro player, so we're going to have to wait a year or two. And those are good players because they constantly get better. End of this season, we go 56-26, so kind of a lesser season than last. We see we don't win MVP again. It goes to this dude. But we do win Defensive Player of the Year for the 2nd year in a row. And honestly, I want to diversify my awards too, man. I don't just want to be MVP, although I am 3-time MVP, 5-time champion, 9-time All-Star, 7-time first team, 2-time third team, and 2-time Defensive Player of the Year at 29, man. We really need to step it up, though, because I'm trying to be the GOAT. I'm not trying to be the best player of my generation. I'm trying to be the best player of all time. And we're the 2nd seed this year, so a little bit of a fallback from last year. But hey, man, first seed doesn't even make the playoffs. Going up against the Lakers, bro. They're baby food. Give me that. Give me that, bro. We're constantly winning these championships. And you know who's going to be the finals MVP? Year 11, you know, we're going to check out the pre-draft workout, see if there's anyone kind of special in the draft, and let's check it out, man. We see this dude, Sasha Kirk, is actually who we ended up drafting. There wasn't anyone special enough to go with the first overall pick, so I think we drafted Turk with like the 7th pick or something like that. Yeah, so here's the rotation. Jay Brown is up to almost a 90 overall. Ian Green, good role player as well. And we actually got our first overall pick from last year. This year he comes in at 88 overall as a center. And see what I'm doing here. I actually put Mark Samuels up to a power forward and boom. Simming out this season, man. We got 65 wins on him. Come on now. Mark Samuels is really putting on a show. And honestly, I think I should have been playing him at power forward this whole time. You see his stats right here. We win 65 games, man. And Kennedy Chandler, bro, he's literally a 5'11" point guard. How is he winning Defensive Player of the Years, bro? He's messing up Mark's career sim, bro. But you see his accolades up to this point. He's only a 30-year-old. So I think, you know, he's definitely got time to grow. And we missed the playoffs again this season. But, man, I promise you, again, Mark Samuels won it. It must have been a good series, but fortunately, we're not going to be able to see it. Anyways, you see, here's my little methodology, man. Whenever I see a good player, here's another mistake, man. We tried to get another point guard, and spoiler, the last point guard didn't really work, so I don't know why we did it again. And I'm not even showing it to you, because he was ass. But it doesn't matter, bro. Look at the freaking record this season, man. We're out here putting up 73 wins, dude. Of course Mark Samuels is MVP. 28 points, man. Come on. 28 points per game is easy work for him, man. You see that efficiency, bro. It's looking good on his first team, obviously. I do have the playoffs this time. Brooklyn Nets there, man. They're our freaking baby food, bro. Let's go. Over the Pacers, 4-1. Ooh. Okay, Hornets had a little bit of thunder going in there, but we're going up against the Thunder and we win. Sweep them, boys. Come on. Yo, Mark Samuels put up 42 points per game. 5-time MVP, 8-time champion if you haven't been paying attention. I know I've been going fast, but we've literally won. Year 13, you see, I don't know what happened, but our salary cap turned off. So we're gonna, I promise you I didn't really abuse that. I just used it to re-sign Mark Samuels as we're doing so every year. Sim out the end of the 35-36 season. Man, that's so far in the future. But we go 67-15. And Mark Samuels, bro, I sound like a broken record at this point, man, but he is winning MVPs on MVPs. He's looking really good, and this is what I envisioned when I was making this video. See first team, obviously. Oscar Bowen right there with him. And we're on to the playoffs. 2036 playoffs. Bro, it's going to be more of the same. Spoiler alert, man. We're going to win this one too. But I did another video like this, but I was using the Knicks. And I got some solid first pick guys who were projected first pick, like 84 overalls. But I don't know what was happening. Maybe their primes were pretty bad. And just skipping over. This is literally 9 straight NBA Finals, man, that we've won. But like I was saying, the other sim didn't really work out because his prime years were all off. So you see, we made a few trades here. We traded for Powers, I guess, and that's our rotation. Still running Mark Samuels with power forward, and it's getting some good results, man, because we won 71 games this season, bro. This is really easy work for us at this point. We're just running through the motions. Mark Samuels puts up 25 points, 12 assists. Let's see if we get Defensive Player of the Year. This man, like they just go in this G League and they become beasts, but we still get Defensive Player of the Year. See, Oscar Bowen, he's a first-team staple, and I'm going to check out his stats, and he is absolutely thriving over in Indiana after we traded him. All the best to him, man. He was just scoring too many points, kind of pushing Mark Samuels behind. You see these stats over here. I'm going to check out his total accolades up to this point because he's a 7-time MVP, 9-time champion, 13 times straight All-Star, which is pretty decent. I mean, most people don't get to 13 in their career, and he's still got room to grow, man. I mean, he's on the wrong side of 30, but you see this, man, we're sweeping so far. Sweep them all, man. Let's see if we can sweep the Mavericks. Ooh. Man, we almost had a 16-0 overall season, but we got 10 straight finals, bro. You serious? We're nasty with it. You see Turk, he's actually developed a somewhat solid piece, a starting small forward. So the weakest link on our team, man, but when the weakest link is at 84 overall, bro, I was going to say you get 70 wins, but you get 69 wins, which is nice. Speaking of nice, man, Mark Samuels wins another MVP, bro, and a Defensive Player of the Year, bro. It's a sweep, bro. I mean, 8-time MVP at this point, 10-time champ, as we said. That's the record. Let's see if we can break the record this season, held by the Celtics' very own Bill Russell. I'm sorry, rest in peace, bro. I mean, disrespect you like that. David Russell is a no-jumper, dude, but anyways, in these playoffs, we see we're going up against the Mavs, and bro, that ain't no problem, man. Come on now. He's the GOAT. He's won 11 championships. What do you want me to say, bro? I can end the video right here. That qualifies enough. If someone won 11 championships, I mean, that's kind of it, especially if he's leading his team to constantly 70-win seasons. Like, dude, I was around for that Warriors run, man. I mean, this isn't a 70-win season, it's 59, but man, come on, bro, we still get the most valuable player award. I was gonna say, I was around for that Warriors 2016 run, and it looked like nobody could beat them, so I understand that would be hella annoying. We have 47 badges. This is crazy, bro. 7-time Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know if that's some kind of record. I feel like I should know that off the top of my head, man, but somehow we're the second seed going into these playoffs. We're going up against the Mavericks again, bro, but we own them. Honestly, I'm getting kind of bored of winning. You see how many, like, just to kind of conceptualize how many straight championships, bro, it takes up the entire screen. Like, I was having a hard time counting, but I think it's 12 up to this point because we broke the record last year. But, Mark Samuels, he's showing a little bit signs of regressions. I mean, granted, he's still at 98, but he was at 99. And we also make some trades here and there for these two guys, Best and Clark. It doesn't really matter to me because they're auto-generated, so it's kind of like, whatever. Rounding out this season, man, in 2040, which is closer than you'd think, we go 66-16. Shout out to the LeBron-led Cavs. I remember them putting up 66 wins that one season. Mark Samuels, man, another MVP, bro. Just retire number 43 or something, man. You know what I'm saying? You see the rest of the stats right here. These two guys I picked up averaged, solid 19 points. I think Mark Samuels is like 35 or 36 right now in 2040, man. And he's still doing his thing. But as we say that, man, age 36 season, we get bounced out for the playoffs. So that ends our more than a decade-long run, man, of just winning the championship over and over again. And this draft is actually kind of important because, I was skipping through some of the drafts because, man, they don't have good overall picks. But we see this guy, Todd Tucker, and we're going to trade our foreign center over for him because we see he's a number 1 overall pick. He's only 18 years old, so he's got plenty of time to develop, get into his prime. And he's an 82 overall, man, which is incredibly solid, I'd say. And we also pick up this backup point guard kind of player, Ion Philemon, who's 17. I guess they changed the high school rule. And we're going to start Todd and put Philemon at the edge of our bench. Going into the 2041 season, we end up going 63-19, so quite another solid season. We do not get the MVP this year. It goes to a guy named Chase Martin. We do get Rookie of the Year, however, so I think it was a kind of an important trade because at this stage of Mark Samuel's career, yes, he can still get Defensive Player of the Year, man, but he is 37 years old. He has regressed slightly into a 94, man, but look, bro, he's got 9 Defensive Player of the Years, bro. They just keep stacking up. And let's see if he made a All-NBA team, and we see him over on 3rd team. So let's sim out these playoffs. We are the 1st overall seed running a rookie center. So let's see how that works out for us. We're going up against the Raptors, go up 3-2, and we move on past the Milwaukee Bucks as the 7th team, man. I don't remember who won. It doesn't really matter as long as it's not us. And like I said, man, Mark Samuels is really experiencing some regression. He's still a 91 overall, but we do have to kind of remember we can't rely on him as much. We're still going to re-sign him on for 2 more years because, man, he is the franchise, bro. Like, hand over the keys to the city, but relying too much on him, we go 55-27. You see him getting another Defensive Player of the Year, so that makes 10. And in his 2nd year, man, Todd Tucker, see what I'm saying? Every GOAT has a pass the torch moment, maybe not to their own teammate, but especially if it's to their own teammate, man, that's elite. That's like a Dirk Nowitzki, Luka Doncic kind of thing, man, where in their twilight years, they kind of pass on the torch to another star overall player. But as we see here, man, I did not record, but we lost this year's playoffs, unfortunately. On to year 20, man, we see Mark Samuels really falling off a little bit, but man, he's like 38 or 39. So we're going to let Todd Tucker do the majority of the scoring because we're not really shooting for MVPs at this point. More so for championships to kind of pad onto that record. We go 56-26 with Todd Tucker, man. See what I'm saying, bro? He was definitely worth a trade because our foreign dude wasn't putting up 25 points, you know what I'm saying? And Mark Samuels does not win Defensive Player of the Year, but, you know, in his old-ass season, bro, he's 40 years old. He put up 16.7, 7.9. I forgot to record the actual stats. And we lost again in the playoffs. We didn't even make the finals. So we've been out of the championship hunt for quite a little bit now, but you see us suiting up for his next season, man. He's got to come back. He's actually up 1 from 87, so he got kind of that youthful spirit back into him, man. He took a potion or something. We end up this season going 62-20. So that's definitely solid again, man. We've been 60-plus wins for a while now. Todd Tucker, 2nd straight MVP. That's what I'm talking about. And Mark Samuels makes another all-defensive team at 40 years old, putting up 17 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 1 point. He's still pretty good. I mean, his scoring is down, man, but he's a solid player, bro. Are you serious? And we're actually going to see these playoffs this time. My bad for forgetting to record some things. I got to do it manually. But we're into the finals this year, and boom, bro. Come on now. We get another finals. Unfortunately, no finals MVP for Mark Samuels. But you see his resume right now. 10-time MVP. 13-time NBA champ. Motherfucking 20-time All-Star. And a 10-time Defensive Player of the Year. But I think Father Time has really caught up to him, man, because 40 years old, he is like an 83 overall, man, so we're really going to play him limited minutes this season. He's still going to start because he is the man for our team, bro. We can't leave him behind, but I think starting him was not the right choice this season because we end up going 57-25, so solid, but I'm used to 60-plus win seasons, if you know what I mean. Shout out Todd Tucker, man. That's his third straight MVP. It's pretty crazy. See all NBA teams, man. I don't think our man Mark Samuels made it. See Philemon up there developing well, but Mark Samuels, 10 points on awful efficiency, man. He is not doing the best. Let's see if we can end out his career at 41 years old with another championship. We're moving on past these rounds pretty easy. We go on to the finals against one of our rivals who we've faced many times in this video. And we go to game set. And unfortunately, we end up losing in the year 2025, which unfortunately, man, it saddens me to say this, was his last year. Why didn't he come back, bro? He's still at 82 overall. That's solid. I see that 10 points, man, but I'll play you like 3 minutes a game. All right, so now we can take a trip down memory lane about his 21 seasons, man, at the top of his game. I think his career high wasn't crazy impressive, 28.4 points per game. But, you know, as you see, we're getting down in his younger years, man. He was really averaging like 7 to 8 assists a game. He came into the league high as a kind of a rebounding big. But over time, man, you see his efficiency going up from 3. He's a 40% shooter from 3, man, for his, like, dang near entire career. He's a 50-40 guy. Let's see, not quite 50-40-90, man, but very close. Overall, he won 10 MVPs. He went to 20 All-Star games. 13-time NBA champ, NBA record, by the way. 14-time first NBA team. I think LeBron's got that on him. But 10-time Defense Player of the Year. Bro, LeBron hasn't even won it once. He should have, though. I ain't saying he shouldn't. And you see these MVPs, man. Mark Samuels had the league in a little chokehold. I think that's what, 7 MVPs in a row, 2 here, and he got his first one in that season. You see he had the league in a chokehold on defense too. He won straight up like 8 or 9 in a row, plus 2 in a row there. Past championships, yeah, we got that last championship before the season where we lost, but bro, look at the Celtics graying out right here. That is literally 12 straight championships. Straight up Mark Samuels finals MVP. Boom, boom, keep going, yeah, we're winning, let's go keep going. Now his Mavericks made it 4 times in a row, man, and they didn't win it. But obviously Mark Samuels going to the Hall of Fame right here. We can check out the retired numbers. We see Darius Garland for his 8 years gets his number retired. We see Jay Brown, who I talked about a little bit, but he was a very solid shooting guard, auto-generated guy. And of course Mark Samuels for his 22 years of service, becoming the greatest player for the Celtics franchise, at least. He even passes LeBron in points, and he's not even a scorer, you know what I'm saying? 3-pointers even, bro. He's a center, and he is 13th. I find it funny that Oscar Bowen was ahead of him, but man, that's not what he's really known for. And he's even top 10 all times in free throws. He is second in rebounds. He was fairly close, but I don't think he was going to get that record, honestly. He was going to be like 60 overall by the time. Assists, even, he is 14th overall in assists, bro. As a center, bro, he's number 1. Only 18 blocks behind Hakeem Olajuwon. That's what I'm saying, bro. He should have done another season. Why did he retire? Steals, top 5 in steals, man, as a center. And of course, number 1 in minutes, man, because I tried to get the most out of him. I was playing him like 40 minutes a season in his prime, especially. But, man, with that being said, bro, I think, in my mind, that's kind of the GOAT, bro. He got so many titles, so many defensive players, a lot of MVPs, man. He's got the most hardware, not the most impressive stats, but he is a center. Keep that in mind. So it's not like they can really put up like 40 points like Luka. But with that being said, man, that's going to be the end of this video. Leave a like, leave a comment if you enjoyed. And once again, man, shout out to the OG My League content YouTubers. And with that, I'm out, y'all. Peace.